Hey y'all, welcome to Zoar PFWB Church and another episode of In the Kitchen with Rob and Owen. I want to welcome everybody today. Give y'all a few minutes to sign on. I know everything takes a few seconds to get going, and we'll give everybody just a minute to get situated and get signed on, and we can get on with the recipe. Today's recipe is called Fiesta Mexican Stuffed Bell Peppers. Everybody has their version of a bell pepper. I have several versions. This version right here is a pretty popular version, doing it a little different, and trying up new recipes, healthier recipes, let's just say, and trying to do without that butter. I love butter, but I'm trying to do without it. So been trying to do new recipes and bring old ones back out. So as you heard in the little bell, I've preheated my oven to 350 because that's what we're going to bake at. So I went ahead and preheated my oven, and it was letting me know it's ready. I'm going to read y'all a little devotion, and I've told you all this again. I get my devotions out of it's a book called Devotions from the Kitchen. There's several versions out there. I do this one, and I have one, I think it's from the kitchen table, or not kitchen table, from the beach. There's one from the front porch. There's several out there, and I got my copies from High Cotton here in Clinton. They carry them, but I think a lot of places carry them. You can get them other places too. It's just I've got mine from High Cotton. So they're real great books to have. If you have a friend that you want to give a gift to, a lady or something, these would be real great gifts to give to somebody for their birthday or holiday or whatever. But my devotion today is called Hardwood Floors, and I'll be reading this. But before I get started, my husband's videoing me today, so I'm going to get him to say a quick prayer right quick, okay?
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you again for allowing Robin to come into your home with a devotion and a recipe. May her devotion bless someone today in a very special way. Please bless all our friends, family, and loved ones, and those who are sick, our shut-ins, and those who may be less or more afflicted in a way. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. And we have so many sick out there that's got illnesses and things, and we need to pray for them, because I know how it is when you're sick or you don't feel good, and you just want some kind of relief, and God can give you that relief. But like I said, hardwood floors today. Let me get my glasses on, y'all. Can't see with nothing no more. It says, "As for you, O man of God, flee these things, pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, steadfastness, gentleness." 1 Timothy 6-11. Having hardwood floors in your home is a bit of a mixed blessing. They're certainly beautiful to look at and easier to clean than carpet. They give your home a look of elegance and increase its value. The downside to real hardwood floors is that they scratch very easily. One kitchen chair dragged or one dish dropped can leave scars that can't be removed. More than one family has moved into a newly built home and immediately fallen in love with hardwood floors while they're still shiny, unblemished, and beautiful, only to discover that they lose their luster quickly. "Be gentle" becomes a common refrain because mom and dad don't want to damage the floors. Over and over in Scripture, God urges His children to be gentle with each other. People are beautiful, but we are also easily scarred. A misspoken word or an unkind act can leave marks that can't be removed. We've all encountered people who were not gentle with us, and we still remember how it felt. When we receive the Holy Spirit and walk accordingly, one of our characteristics will be gentleness in our words and actions, and our very spirit, 1 Peter 3:4. This fruit of the Spirit should always be on display. In fact, our gentleness should be evident to everyone we meet. Philippians 4:5. We don't want anyone to be more scarred after having met us. Even the strongest person among us needs kindness. Everyone has scars of some kind. Some are more obvious than others. May our gentleness be a healing agent in their lives and direct them to the one who can heal every wound. I never know when someone around me is having a hard time. Give me a gentle spirit, Lord. Let me be a soothing presence in the lives of others. So we can all take note of that. I know, it's easier to be nice to somebody than, be ill towards them. And it's not always easy. I'll be the first to say I'm a straightforward person. I'm going down the highway and somebody cuts me off or something, and oh man, I want to zoom after them, and that's not the right way. You've got to say, you know what, they may have an emergency, they might be something wrong with their child, and they're trying to get somewhere. I have to keep reminding myself to think like that. I don't know what that other person's circumstances is. And so, as long as I keep thinking that, I'll become a softer person and not rush to judgment and all that. And I struggle with that daily, and I know I'm not the only one out there that struggles with things like that. It's just something we have to work on every day, and I do. I try to do better every day. And I ask God to help me and to guide me to be a better person and not be, I used to tell people, well, I tell it like it is. Well, I do still, believe you me. But I try to serve it up softer. Every time you say something, people take it the wrong way, or you hurt their feelings, and you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings intentionally. So you have to be softer in your words, and I learned that the older I get, your delivery, how you deliver something and you talk to somebody, makes a world of difference. And like I said, you don't know what's going on with the other person, and so you have to kind of think about that too. So everybody think about that today. The next time somebody cuts you off or does something ill will towards you or something, just stop and think, well, what is that person going through today? And, maybe God will help them, get through whatever they're dealing with that day. And I know you'll feel better not thinking ill will of somebody or something like that. But let's get on with my cooking. Like I said, today is Fiesta Mexican stuffed bell peppers. And I want to say my cooking shows are always on Monday nights at 7 p.m. We have the Mark and Mike cooking show on Thursdays at 7 p.m. We will be having a craft show coming up. It's going to be myself and Debbie Medlin. We'll be hosting that craft show and showing you how to decorate the inside of your house, or if you want to give it as a gift, how to decorate a lantern and set it up. And you can change it out during the seasons. You may decorate it for fall, and then you want to change it for Christmas or something like that. So we'll definitely show you how to do it, make it simple. And when we're done, we're going to be giving them away as a free gift. And you have to watch the show when we do it. And as you enter the group watching the show live, your name will be entered and you will get a number. And at the end of the show, we will be giving the lanterns away. So that's going to be a real good gift to get. So make sure you stay tuned when we air that. We also are going to be having a Bible trivia night, and that will be live. Myself and my husband, Teddy, will be doing the trivia game. And as we call out the questions, you have to answer them. And if you are the first person that answers it correctly, then you will win a $5 gift card. So read those Bibles. And make sure you study up, and if you get these questions, well, you might be able to rack up on some gift cards. And they'll be from fast food places, and I think we'll slide a couple Dairy Queen ones in there. But it's just something fun to get God's name and His Word out there, and I'll be real curious to see how fast people can answer questions out of the Bible. So make sure you stay tuned to that, and make sure you always check us out on our social medias. We have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. And that's a mouthful. But we want to get Zoar's name out. We want you to come join us. We have all kinds of different things. We have a men's ministry, a women's ministry. We have a WOW program for the children. And we have a senior ministry. So make sure you come on out and join us. We always have a good time praising the Lord, we're fellowshipping, and we're always cooking something somewhere. So make sure you come out and join us on that. So again, Fiesta Mexican stuffed bell peppers. So the first thing I done, and I love color. So when I go to the grocery store and I'm doing bell peppers, I want color, especially if I'm doing Mexican, because, you know, you think of the reds, the oranges, the greens. So here I took a red, a orange, and a green bell pepper. And I'm trying to, my island ain't quite big enough. But I sliced them in half. And mainly the reason I did, most time I'll cut them, you know, top them off and do it that way. But I've done it this way today so I can make the video a whole lot faster. And I split them down the middle and filled some up earlier, and I've already cooked them. So I can show you the end result, and we ain't going to sit here and wait all that time, because I know y'all got stuff just like I got stuff. But I've cut them in half, and I've cleaned them out real well. Just like, and these orange peppers, they are always so much bigger than the red and the green. But so I've cleaned them out, got all the seeds and the yuck out of them and everything, and got those ready. So now my recipe, what I do, I take 1 pound of hamburger, and no, this ain't 1 pound, because I've used half of everything I got here to make the batch ahead of time. So I use 1 pound of hamburger, and it is cut. And I put salt, pepper, and I'll have this recipe at the end of my video, so I'm going to kind of run through it with you, the ingredients, and then the portions of them will be on that recipe at the end of my video. But I do salt and pepper, I do cumin, and I done some Cajun spice, and I done 1 pack of taco seasoning sauce on here. And that's what I cooked in the hamburger. And I added some onion also. I'm sorry, I don't even have some onion now. But I did add some onion in there. So I cooked that till it was brown with the spices in it. And this is what that looks like. I'm going to drop it here in a minute, y'all. And I just add this to a mixing bowl. And I'm just going to set this over here. We got that. Now, for the rice that I put, I took a shortcut today. If you want to cook it on the stove top and go through all that, you're more than welcome to. But I like shortcuts. So if I can make one, I'm going to do it. This is Uncle Ben's Spanish style rice, and it's ready in 90 seconds, y'all. 90 seconds. You ain't got to stand over that stove. So what you do when you get it, you just kind of mix it up without taking the top off first. Mix it up and get it good and mixed. You take the top off, just part of it. Put it in the microwave, 90 seconds. It is done. Easy, easy. So this is what I use for the rice part of my bell peppers. So I'm going to put that right in here, in this bowl. And this is good rice, y'all. Just because it's microwave, it is good. I also use a Rotel mild diced tomato and green chilies. And I put a can of this, which this is a half a can because, like I said, I've used half of it already when I done the other. So we're putting the rest of this in here. Get all that out. And I found this. Now I like fire roasted corn, fresh corn, sauteed up, however. And I buy the canned corn, the fire roasted. I done a recipe a couple weeks ago, had fire roasted corn in it. But now this corn is called Fiesta, and it's seasoned with red and green peppers, and it's corn. So this is what I use in this recipe. You know, and everybody's got, you don't have to use the same exact corn or the tomato. You can just use regular tomatoes. Make it your own. If you don't like what's in mine, leave it out. Make it your own. It'll just be another recipe you can add to your kitchen. So get this all mixed up. Let me get this stuff out of the way because I've already used this. I want you to be able to see. So once you get all of this mixed up real good, it's going to look, let me get it where I won't drop it. It's going to look like that, okay? So using my little fancy spoon, y'all. And I'm going to take these. Let me get my paper out of the way and my glasses before I have it all over the place. I'm going to get a casserole dish. You need that to put the peppers in, okay? So what I do is I'll take that pepper and I'll stuff this right in here. And I'll get it stuffed pretty good, but then once I get it in the dish, then I'll go back and add some more. Because now, the recipe that I'm giving you, you could probably do a whole lot more peppers with the pound of hamburger and with everything I've just told you that goes in it. You can do more than 3 peppers cut in half. Most definitely. You will have extra left over. You can serve it on the side if you didn't want, if you only have a couple people eating. You can definitely just serve it on the side. And now I do not put nothing on these peppers. I don't oil them. I don't do anything to them now. I just cleaned them and cut them. And like I say, I just pack them in here. They ain't no special way to do it. You just cram it in here. They ain't got to be pretty to taste good. So however you want to put them in here. And then like I said, once I get them in my casserole, I'll put, a little bit more. And even though it's got rice and it's got corn, if you're diabetic, what's in each pepper is not going to run your sugar sky high. So you can eat a pepper, and I'm making a mess, y'all. You can eat a pepper and be all right. It would definitely be fine for diabetics to eat. Okay, so now I've got them stuffed. Set this to the side. And I've got Mexican blend is what I use for this recipe. And I just top these real well. I kind of mash it down on there. And you just coat them real well. That cheese, you want all that cheese on here. Right. And you just put it there. Now, I will tell you, they have to cook an hour because you want that bell pepper to get soft. And sometimes I forget, but you really should put a piece of aluminum foil over your casserole dish, and probably about the last 15 minutes take it off so your cheese can get brown. But if you leave it in there an hour uncovered, the cheese will get kind of, darker brown, which that's fine here at my house. They love dark cheese and get it all crispy. But, a lot of people don't. So just cover it up, stick it in the oven, cook it like the last 15 minutes. take that aluminum foil off and let that cheese get brown on top. Now, like I said, here at this house, they don't care about the brownness, so we're going to put this right in my oven. It's going to do an hour. Now, once it's done, it's going to come out. Like I said, I didn't put aluminum foil on mine because they tend to get it brown. So this is how they come out. And I would advise y'all, put just some aluminum foil in your dish and you won't have such a mess to clean up. Because that cheese gets on your casserole dish and it gets brown. You got to scrape it off, let it soak and all that good stuff. But this is what they turned out to be. And you just serve it up. You can serve it up with some salsa on top and sour cream, some salsa on the side, and you can serve it up with tortilla chips. You can also serve it up with some fried green tomatoes. I gave a recipe a couple weeks ago for fried green tomatoes, so you can serve it with that. You could serve it up with some vegetables, put some Cajun seasoning on some vegetables, and it would be good to serve it up with that. But this is my Mexican style stuffed bell pepper. I think, you know, if you like Mexican food and stuff, I think you'll really enjoy this. It's just something different. And it's a fast meal. That's the thing. It's very fast. It takes an hour, but the prep time ain't nothing to get it done. So you could come home, throw it in the oven, make it the night before, throw it in the oven, and cook it for an hour, and you'll have supper, and you'll be done. So it's a real good, quick meal for you. And like I said, the cookbooks. I always advertise our Zoar cookbook. It's the women's cookbook at Zoar. It's ladies over the years compiled their recipes, and they all put them in this book. And we sell this book for $20, the ladies' women's ministry. And so if you would like a copy of this book, we sell them for $20. You can contact me or anybody that goes to Zoar and they can get you one. But I do give one of these away every show that airs of mine. As you enter into Zoar's live Facebook, as your name pops up, you'll be assigned a number. Right before the show goes off air, I announce who the winner is. So if you want a cookbook, make sure to join that in that Face Live group, and we'll get you a number, and you may win. You don't never know. So that's a good gift. We have now got some Zoar swag. This is one of the cups. It's got Zoar PFWB Church, love God, love people, pass it on. And we have some of these we're selling, and we have some other cups, and I think a water bottle. I don't have the prices. I think this one was either 22 or 24. Can't remember. And then we have one that's it's a bigger cup, like a 32-ounce cup. And but what I'll do, I'll get some prices, and I'll make sure that we advertise them. If you'd like to buy one, we do have them for sale. They make little good gifts, and I take my ice water in mine all the time. So we do have that. But we would love for you to come on out and join us at Zoar. We always have something going on, and we love to have new people come and join us and join in fellowship. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.